It is a general question meant to get into specifics, so it's a little challenging to answer in a simple way. But remember that the African soul groups have a strong connection to the Anunnaki and to the Sirius collective. They also have a strong relationship to the Orion system. So souls from these three groups really began incarnating in the myriad of different species that blossomed within the continent of Africa. Remember, it's not just that extraterrestrial beings were coming to Earth and making humans, they were making all types of different forms of life. So souls from these three different groups could incarnate into these novel forms on Earth, and they could evolve in new ways that would allow for them to experience greater diversity, greater adventure, and novelty, thus enriching their consciousness and thus enriching the expansion of the universe. Because beings at that level of existence, their main thing is exploring the cosmos. Exploration becomes the top quality at the higher levels of consciousness. So by creating these new physical beings, by creating these new species, they are able to experience many of these new levels of consciousness in a physical way, which helps them in that universal expansion process. Because you can understand something physically, because physical reality is a fractal of the collective, you can understand the collective very well. So these three groups generated a myriad of different forms within the continent of Africa. The souls that came in to those groups agreed to be a part of such a creative process, because not only were they the living pioneers of such innovation, but they became the ancestral template for many species to draw upon. So those were the main attractions for those souls that incarnated into these myriads of novel body types generated within the continent of Africa.